Today's lab is going to be a single replacement experiment. A single replacement experiment is where we take an element and mix it with a simple compound, and the compound will break down into two separate elements, and one of those elements will react with the other element. For this experiment, we're going to need the following. Test tube rack, 5 test tubes. You need the following metals: magnesium, it's in a tape form. Aluminum, they're little pebbles, maybe you can see them through the bottle there. Zinc, again, they're like little nuggets. Get a couple of those. Copper, again, they're smaller nuggets. And iron. Also, you're going to need some hydrochloric acid. You'll need about 50 milliliters. I'll pour that for you. Now be careful with this stuff. Don't be horsing around with it. If it gets on you, just wash your hands off. If it gets on your clothes, it may damage the clothes. So please be careful with the hydrochloric acid. And to measure it, you'll need a 10 milliliter graduated cylinder. Here we go. We're going to start by taking the hydrochloric acid and pouring 5 milliliters into each of your 5 test tubes. Do this over the sink and be careful. Again, if you get anything on your hand, just rinse them quickly under the water. 5 milliliters, again, into each of the test tubes. Then we can start the experiment. After you have the 5 milliliters of hydrochloric acid in each of the test tubes, it's time to label the test tubes. It's easier just to get a piece of paper and write down the symbol for the 5 metals that you're going to use and put that in front of the test tubes. And then you can just drop the metals in that order that you have on the paper into the test tubes. We're going to do each of them one at a time and then spend some time observing what happens to the metal while it's in the hydrochloric acid. Here's how it happens. You're going to obtain small samples of each metal. You know, for the magnesium, it's a little strip like this. For the zinc, there's a little nugget. You're not going to weigh them or measure them anyway, but just a little sample that we're going to drop in. Again, you drop them in one at a time, according to how you have them labeled on the paper, and watch them for a while. Feel the test tube, see if it gets hot or cold, and watch for any kind of reaction that may occur. Some will react, some will not react at all. When the experiment's complete, take each test tube, turn the cold water on, just pour the hydrochloric acid and the remaining metal, if there is any, into the sink, and rinse the test tube 4 or 5 times and let it dry in the rack. When you're done with all 5 test tubes, pick up all the metal that's inside the sink and throw it in the trash. We don't want to clog the drains. Have fun.